And on a special feature tonight, our reporter Robert Ouma brings us the smoking future. Take a look.
Tunafunga hii shule.
For the better part of this year 2021, amidst COVID-19 pandemic hitting and tampering with normalcy of activities across the globe, there has been a silent pandemic that continues to eat greedily inside the Kenyan education system, and especially secondary schools. In our quest to find the cause and the cure of this pandemic, we undertook a very deep study to find out the reason for the unending school fires. My name is Robert Ouma, and this is Smoke in the Future. Kenyan schools, and especially secondary, are into a crisis whereby different amenities within the school are set on fire. Since like this have become an almost everyday occurrence in the country. School after school is being set up in flames in an unprecedented rate. This is the latest school in Nyanza province to suffer the arson attacks. Maranda High School. New buildings reduced into ashes, and these are just stark reminders of the events here in the past days. Since August 2021, more than 20 secondary schools in the country have been set ablaze, including Maranda High School, Buruburu Girls, Ofafa Jericho, Kamba Girls, Kijabe Boys, Kanjuri High, Karima Boys, St. Luke's Boys High School Kimilili, Amambuko Secondary School, Amasago Boys in Kisii, St. John's Nyamangwa in Kisii, Sigalame High in Busia, and Namboboto Secondary School in Busia. A number of schools have been closed down after dormitories and classrooms were torched, and in some instances, learners left nursing injuries. It is 10 p.m. 31st of October 2021, and I'm here at Buruburu Girls High School that has hit the headlines following fire outbreak. Buruburu Girls High School hit the headlines after traumatizing videos of students jumping through their windows from as high as second and third floors of their dormitory. Switch TV took an undercover to get the whole story of the fire incident at Buruburu Girls High School here in Nairobi, and our source in this will remain undisclosed.
There is a lot going on in Buruburu Girls because the principal was told by the girls, and it is even written in the walls in the bathroom, that they were going to burn the school on the 27th. But then the girls were told, saa moja ikifika, mtoke.
Nani alipata message?
Principal. She's aware, and the perfumes were stolen. Even my daughter's perfume was stolen, and that is what they used to start the fire. On the 20th September this year, there was a crisis at Ofafa Jericho in Makadara constituency here in Nairobi. Properties worth millions of money were reduced to ashes, and these are just the remains of the destruction. Some of the various reasons given for the school fires in the country include overloaded school curriculum and low teachers' morale, drug abuse, reactions to pressure of exams, disaffection between teachers and students, protest against the school diet, psychosocial issues, pure criminality, poor school management, poor parenting, poor communication, and peer influence. The list of the endless school arsons this year alone continues. Moi High School, Kabarak, Nakuru, Moi Girls High School in Marsabit, St. Paul's High School, Ringa Boys High School, Gendia Boys, Osingo Mixed, Dr. Kraft Memorial in Kilifi, Malindi High in Kilifi, Kambolecho High School in Narok County, Kibirigwi Girls in Kirinyaga, Kajianduthi Secondary School in Tharaka Nithi, Kiriani Boys in Tharaka Nithi, and Mutambi Boys in Tharaka Nithi County, just to mention but a few.
These are students who are home for 1 year. Now you've put everything into 1 year that they're supposed to do.
Back to Buruburu Girls fire incident, our source tells us that the students had given the school administration prior warnings, but their cautions were taken lightly.
There is a girl who almost committed suicide in this school. She cut herself. She was found in a pool of blood. We were never told. This time, yes, they do things they don't even tell us.
Our efforts to get the response from the administration on this fateful night concerning the allegation did not bear any fruits. The education system in the country therefore have been putting more and more pressure on teachers and students to recover the time lost on the pandemic in the effort to complete the syllabus.
na kisi wanaenda nayo kwa shule kutunga au kukata walimu,
lakini anafungwa, anafundishwa adabu. Tusiwavumilie.
A generation of it's my way or the highway. On the 2nd of November 2021, Amambuko Secondary School in Kisii County was again set ablaze. The increased cases in school fires have set education system on a crisis. Students, parents, teachers and the government are at war.
It is stupid, it is primitive, and it must stop.
It is a back and forth blame game. Nobody clearly understands the core of the mess that, if not immediately tamed, can put this generation's future in shambles.
We are looking into the symptoms, and that's what the government is doing wrong.
The 1% who want to spoil for others, we shall deal with you circumference.
This is a student who maybe is going through a stressful situation. Who are they supposed to go to? The teachers. But the teachers themselves are tired, so they don't have time for them. To them, they are seeing education. We need to finish the syllabus.
In most instances, parents are left to bear the burden of the infernos, and for example, at Buruburu Girls High School, the administration gave a report that only a cubicle that hosts 10 students was burnt. But on resumption after a few days' break, each student was to report with 1,500 shillings to cover for the cost incurred during the arson in school of more than 1,000 students. That roughly translates to 1.5 million shillings. The burden of arson in Kakamega School on the 6th of November is even more heavier. Learning is set to resume on Monday 15th November in shifts, and here each student is expected to pay 9,823 shillings. The total cost of the items of the 560 students damaged is 4,536,000. The total cost of the damaged building is 12,185,540. The cost of double-decker beds destroyed during the inferno is 4,194,400 shillings. This brings the grand total of the damage to 21,611,360. With all said and done, there is more than meets the eye when it comes to the school fires pandemic and possible solution to the school arsons, and now with all the stakeholders, which includes counseling, education on issues of drug abuse, proper planning and exam preparation, good school administration, develop good communication channel, good parenting, timely funds disbursed in schools.
If they burnt the school when the principal was around, what happens tonight?
Meanwhile, the blame game has been laid on the crash program, whose intention is to recover the time lost during COVID-19 pandemic. But is this really the issue or a scapegoat?
Let us bite the bullet and introduce corporal punishment.
We cannot blame the children. We cannot blame the children.
Labda wanafunzi wanaogopa walimu wao, wanaogopa wazazi. Hawajui hata wakiwa na shida watazungumzia nani ama wataongea na nani.
Kuna ati mtoto akipigwa atakufa saa ngapi?
Seeing schools turned into ashes in the name of students expressing their grievances is a saddening, and the end game is both mental and financial burden to parents for the offense committed by their children. The trauma of school fires will forever linger in the minds of those learners who had nothing to do with the offense but were either way distressed by it.
And as the education stakeholders in the country are putting heads together to repair the cracked wall, maybe it's time for all the players to rethink the rule of the game to avoid such unprecedented future losses. My name is Robert Uma, and this is Smoking the Future.